Come here, boy. Don't worry about what's going on out there. Don't you get the barking. Don't you even worry about it. Boy, don't worry about what's going on out there. Don't you get the barking.
Peace, peace, peace.
Is that YouTube? This is Facebook, huh? Call that joint hit quick. What's happening?
Peace, y'all.
You see people in here already? I see one. Okay. Let me keep this right here so I can go get me a sip of this beer. It ain't beer, it's ginger beer, man. Got from the Cracker Barrel. It's up to the bottom of it, too. You gotta shake this money up. What's happening now?
Fam.
Yo. We just cooling right now, man. Taking some time off. We've been off since yesterday. We actually delivered on Sunday. Yes, on Sunday.
Sunday night.
Right. So we kind of we stayed at the shipper actually. Delivered on Monday morning, and that was the lick. Like if y'all seen our video we put out yesterday on YouTube, we were just talking about how pulling for this company when pay period ends on a Sunday night. So as long as we can get our load there, or at least show ourselves arrived within the vicinity of the receiver, then we'll get credited for having the delivery done, even though you technically might not unload until Monday. So
lovely.
Facts. I see a long John on there. What is it? Hey, you read it because I can't read it.
Hold on a second. Peace to Life on the Road with Merle and Jackie. How you doing?
What's up?
Joe Wilson. So what's up, MTM?
What's happening?
Sorry, y'all.
Hope you're too strong.
Rambo said, "Hey fam, completed my applications to Swift. That's what's up. Now I need a budget for my time at the academy."
This is good.
God First said, "Driving right now, watching One Love." Peace. Thanks for supporting.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you starting at Swift, and that's a great thing. That's where we started. I don't know if you already knew that, or you just making it known that that's where you started, but that's a great place. That may even could have been or should have been one of today's topics, because she and I just had a conversation coming back from California a few days ago on just how rigorous and grueling, in a good way, that the Swift trucking, not even so much the training or none of that, I'm not talking about that, but just the fact that Swift will have you everywhere, okay? When we say everywhere, I mean everywhere. Like, Swift's customer base is so broad, so vast, that they literally will have you going in every nook and cranny of the country. Like, literally, like, they may have such a, like I say, a vast customer base that you are traveling everywhere, picking up and delivering loads. Like, so I don't think some of these customers may not pay a whole lot, so that's why a lot of people, when they deal with Swift or other mega companies like that, pay shouldn't be your driving force. Getting the experience, learning the road, all that stuff should be what drives you. So Swift, money-wise and stuff like that, don't let that be your main thing, your main ticket, because even if you drive your eyeballs out your head, you probably won't see the bread like that. But get the experience, because you're gonna be driving in all weather, all type of terrains. Probably, like I said, every nook and cranny of every city and state that the U.S. has to offer. Like, we travel so many places now, and we may come through an area or near an area, and we'll say, "Dang, remember we used to come out here for Swift?" Like, or there's so many places, man, that now we really don't travel a lot of places. Some of our stuff are pretty routine. Every now and again, we may, do a outside of the norm location, but for the most part, our real traveling and real exploring was when we were Swift. You know what I mean? That was our introduction to it. So we owe Swift a lot when it comes to just having endurance and just knowing how to handle ourselves in various trucking situations and areas. A company like Swift will test you completely, for real. For real.
We got Mama Beast in here. How are
Hey,
you? Thank
how are
you
you?
so very much. She said I was so beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Trucker Sam said he headed to Kentucky.
KY. Absolutely. Actually, we'll be in Kentucky ourselves in a few days. We're picking up in the morning in Texas, heading up to Indiana, and I think we shoot down to Kentucky after that. And I can't think of where that load is going. So yeah, we'll be in Kentucky in about 2 days or so.
702 Trucker said, Lady V, and I see y'all making it look easy. Trucker Life and White. Come on now.
Hey, man.
It ain't that easy. You know it ain't that easy.
Marriage and relationships aren't easy.
But thank you. I know that.
I had a lot of people say it. Honestly, to me now, I could say only to me, everybody trucking experience is different. The trials and tribulations will differ.
Right.
You know, all depending on where you go, what company you with. There's elements to it that I don't know how loud this is. I might have to unplug this though.
We're gonna have to unplug this. I don't know what's up with these hotels have the vent that's on the
when we try to utilize the window light, you're gonna deal with it. But to me, trucking is the easiest thing I've ever done in my life, man. Besides, now again, I'm not doing touch freight while I'm unloading and forklifts and going running up and down the ramp. Like I'm not at Dollar General accounts. You know what I'm saying? So there's aspects of trucking that if you want to work, it's there. But when you start talking about just driving and no touch freight and all you got to do is make sure your truck is running at decent operation, you're on time to pickups and deliveries, things of that nature. This stuff is the easiest stuff I've ever done in my life. Most of us, I'm sure, you've risked your life before for a lot less. You know what I mean? So honestly, it is easy. That's just me.
I think it was easy when I first came out here because I just didn't want to really be a trucker initially. So
Smitty, what's up? I can see you with all my glasses on, Smitty. What's that?
It took me about a year and a half, maybe close to 2 years before I had to really work on my perspective, and just really think about the fact that although I came out here, my reasonings for coming out here, that I had to enjoy my life.
Facts.
I had to enjoy the career that I chose.
Big facts.
And when I did that, y'all, it got so much better for me.
It was a transition for her.
It was. And I was making life difficult for this one. I was.
Well, it was a transition for me also. You know what I mean? Like when you start talking about couples, even if you've been together for a long time, that only prepares you for what life is like living on a truck with someone in close proximity, close quarters for any length of time. I think you spoke on it before that you don't know your spouse or your girlfriend or boyfriend or significant other or whatever until you get on a truck with them. Most people say you don't know somebody until you live with them. That can go even further when you're talking about getting on a truck with somebody.
You could be with somebody 10, 20, 30 years and get into this type of life, team trucking, and still don't know who you're with because you really are together 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
So you see things and you interpret things.
Facts.
And it's like, wait a minute. I didn't know you was like that for real.
Yeah.
Or I didn't know. I'm going to tell you another thing. You see how a person's work ethic really is because we don't see our spouses when they go to work.
Right.
We know that they go to work and then come home and we get a check and all of that.
But you don't know
how they are in business.
You don't know
deal with people.
Ladies, you don't know your husband in the bathroom for 15 minutes hiding from your work. You don't know your husband's managers running around. Anybody seen Bobby? Like you don't know your husband is ducking and dodging. Or he come home and give you the story on how he worked his butt off, or he tell you the story. Man, the job tripping, man. The manager, you got fired. Blah blah blah. You don't know that your husband just ain't got work ethic and is the worst employee at the company and been on thin ice for however long. You know what I mean? Right. Your people tell you anything because you don't know no different. So as long as the check coming in, the story holds up. But once you got to come home, man, the job tripping. Like, what happened, babe? They try to say they got me on tape stealing boxes. They ain't got me on tape. You know what I mean? You get all of that type of foolishness, man. So to work with somebody day to day, you really get to see, like she said, what the work ethic is like, and just how they get down.
Temperaments, all of that, and what a person is like willing to risk. Like it's just a lot. You learn a lot. A lot. 40 Shades in here. Hey, sis.
Oh. Let me get this ginger beer. Villa Duckworth.
Y'all make sure y'all follow her business page. She's out here giving the ladies tons of information, especially single mothers. So if you're looking, you don't even have to be a single mother for real. Just a woman. If you go to her page, you're going to leave with some sort of value. So make sure y'all check that out.
That's what I mean.
Lock and Power's in here.
Hey.
Peace. Norma D said, LOL, looks good with y'all. The respect you have for one another and making that cash together gets no better. And then 40 Shades said, it was a transition for me. Yeah, we done had that conversation.
Yeah.
Joe Wilson said, you can't slam no doors.
No. I'm telling you.
No, you cannot.
This is way off what the topic is going to be. But she tried to pull that mess before, man. In the truck, we get the fussing, you know what I mean? It's heated. Like I said, conflict resolution and all that stuff is that definitely needed and it's definitely real. But she tried it. I don't know where we was at. It's probably 12 o'clock at night, bro. She pulled into a truck stop. I get up, like, where you going? Like, I mean, I get up like, where we at? Like, why you stopping? I need some air. You know what I mean? Like, I need to go for a walk. Like, man, it's 12:30 in the morning. Where you going? I'm going for a walk. So we pull into the truck stop. Like, you ain't getting out this truck.
That is not supposed to be what this live is about.
It's not, but this the reality is of what it is, what the game is. Like, you ain't getting out this truck. You ain't gonna stop me from getting out of the truck. I need some air. I need to get up out of here. I need to clear my head.
And you know what?
I don't care what you're talking about. It's 12 something at night. You think you're gonna walk around this truck stop in the middle of the night because you mad? I don't care nothing about what you. I think I reached across you and like held the door like you ain't getting out this truck.
They probably thought we was domestic, like I don't know what on the road.
Man,
this goes back to looking back at it now. We can laugh, but I'm gonna tell you, this has a lot to do with what you do for a living. I was very social with my career because I talked to women and men all day. Mm-hmm. So he was very quiet in his career because when he was on a forklift, he had his headset in and he was getting in. He
don't say that. We ain't supposed to have headsets on.
Oh, well, he knew what he was supposed to do and he was doing it. So we lived two different spectrums, you know, as far as work. Mm-hmm. And so when I got on the truck and he would get in his mode, it felt like he was neglecting me, not talking and, you know, just not engaging with me. So it was
strategizing, man.
It was a battle.
Strategizing.
It was a huge battle. And then I had to realize later that, you know, we're different. And then we had to learn our needs, and he needed time to be to himself. And I had to respect it. And then I needed time where I needed him to talk to me. And we both came to some sort of, you know, agreement.
But it took some time.
But it took some time because it felt like to me on my end, it was like, dang, we in here, how you be here all this long time?
And not talk.
Like, who does that?
Like, I'm talking. I'm having conversations with myself. I'm weighing out pros and cons. I'm all over the place, believe it.
But now, what's crazy is now I do that. Like, I have times when I'm in a mode where it's like, let me just be in my head, you know, let me drive. And I don't want to really have too much dialogue. Right. It's few and far in between. But there are days I get like that. And he can tell.
So to say to any new couples that's new to just trucking, new to just their relationship in general, or just teams that's new to being on the road, know that a lot of this stuff is going to take time to work and iron itself out. Be as forgiving, be as understanding, and give the other person certain benefits of the doubt. Okay, certain benefits of the doubt. because you know this is a journey for everybody.
Yes, it is.
Never, I tell this, trucking, and especially husband and wife or couple team trucking. Trucking itself is a whole new way of life. But when you start talking about doing it with a loved one,
yes, another.
This way of life, man, is not easy, and it's not for everyone. Honestly, it will break you down.
It will. It's gonna bring out every bad characteristic you got
Facts.
inside.
This kind of stuff can destroy your relationship.
What's up, Beauty? Beast, what's up?
Yeah.
That's family right there,
this
y'all.
stuff will destroy your relationship, man.
Mark Love says, me and my wife are considering getting our CDLs and team drive.
Don't think about it no more. Go do it, dog. Stop thinking about it. You're wasting time.
Christina Taylor, she said, hey, how are you all? Hope you're good. Just wanted to say hey and have a blessed day. That's very true and amen. And then she says that my husband and I are leaving in April to drive team. Love watching your channel. Thank you very much.
We definitely appreciate that.
Congrats to your future.
Do it.
Yes.
And do it the best you can do it. Get endorsements you need to get. Get the baseline of what it is to drive. You know, get with a company that's going to run you and all of that kind of stuff. But at the same time, start looking at elevated ways that you can utilize your team credential, because it's a high commodity. It's a very high sought after aspect of trucking right now is the team aspect. So make sure you get with a company that utilizes teams to the max. There's a lot of companies that will hire a team and you'll find yourself doing super solo loads, so they can call them, or just solo loads that really don't require a team. They just don't have the work to keep a team going. So try your best to get with a company that really maximizes teams, because that's when you can start seeing it show up in your pocket.
Mm-hmm. Beast, Beauty and the Beast, I don't know which one it is, says, is that my mother-in-law in here? I think so.
It has to be. If that's Mama Beast,
mother-in-law
would have to be
Beauty.
Yeah,
so that's Beauty.
Beauty.
I know. Yeah. Dealing with him, y'all, believe me. Oh, yeah. It's a lot of work.
Hey, keep up.
Joe Wilson said, my wife don't want me to sit in the jump seat when she driving. That's her time. I feel you.
Hey, and respect that, my brother. Mm-hmm. Respect that. Give her space. And give her what she needs to perform at a top level. Give it to her, right. and leave her alone. Go find something to do. You need to be asleep anyway, because when it's your turn, you got to get it, bro.
I'm gonna throw a little shameless plug in here. So my topic for the next woman to woman is going to be comparison kills. So I'm going to talk about not comparing your trucking journey, specifically team trucking journey, to anybody else's. That's going to be the whole topic of woman to woman. So y'all look for that.
Okay, I look forward to hearing that. Yeah. I think to stick to what the topic is. I don't know if there's any more new questions or new statements or anything you think we need to touch on. Boom. I've been anti-truck ownership since I started trucking. When we came into the game, I was just happy to be in the company truck driving. I did 6 months solo. My wife decided to get on the truck after coming on the truck with me for about a month. And she decided, hey, this is something I think I can do. I would like to give a shot. We got a training facility back home in Richmond, Virginia. So that's the one I went to. That's the one she went to. While I'm training on the truck, she's training at the school. Now, I went home and commuted back and forth every day because we still had the house there and all of that kind of stuff. But once she decided to go to school, we basically literally got rid of everything. So my wife had the whole hotel experience, riding on the van to and from the hotel to the school every day. Like, she really had the trucker student life that I didn't have. I just literally went to school every day as if I was going to school or work every day. So and in my early times in the trucking, you know, all of my people that I looked at as being mentors and people that I had connected myself with at that time, you know, was really on hard work, was really on learning the job, doing the job at your best, and just gaining skill set, but not so much truck ownership, you know what I mean? Getting the truck and all of that kind of stuff. And then You would always hear the rumbles because I came in the trucking industry a few years ago when there was a lot of unification, but there was a lot of comparison and conflict of owner over leasing and staying company and what company pays the most sense. When you came into the game, I think I made, excuse me, 36 cents a mile, something like that, 39. Um, then she got in the truck. We did the teaming thing. We was making 50 cents a mile at Swift when we first started.
And happy to
and when we
make
first
it.
started, but
When we
our
first
expenses
started.
were low. We didn't have a lot of overhead in different places in different areas of our life. We didn't have a lot of people in our pocket. So even though we made $3,500 in a week for running however many miles we had to run to get it, our expenses was low. So to us, we were doing well still. We didn't have pressure in that sense like that. So um, I never had the go get a truck spirit. Um, then I remember a woman at Swift that had a truck. She was looking for a team, and I think she gave us maybe $1 or so a mile.
When we did the lease?
Yeah.
Yeah, she gave
Well,
us like
she was doing a lease. We were
no,
just driving her
she
truck.
gave us a little more than $1.
Okay. So to us, that was an elevation, but it forced me to know and understand uh, fueling and how to fuel, not just pumping it and getting what the company wants me to get, or not just going to where they tell you to go to get how much gallons they want you to get. Like being able to know and understand how to see your mileage per gallon that you're getting on the truck, how many miles you're going, and how much fuel to get in order to get there, because you're responsible for your fuel now. So it kind of put me into a space where I started to become more and more responsible for the operation. It wasn't my truck, so I didn't have all the weight bearing down on me and of full responsibility. But I learned what operating a truck was on a day-to-day basis, month-to-month basis, from an expense standpoint.
And you're always a little bit more cautious when you're in someone else's
right
vehicle, because even though it's Swift, it was still company, but this was her actual
facts. So after that, we decided we can lease our own truck. So after about a year at Swift, after being company and driving this woman's truck, we leased our first truck with Swift. Went through that process. Elevated trucks got a new one. We leased another truck. So we were with Swift 3 years doing lease and things of that nature, elevating our change as far as money, but at the same time noticing that, man, this is still getting pretty redundant. We're working our butts off, but I'm still not seeing what I feel like we should be seeing or what I'm hearing other people are making, because you hearing stuff, you involved in conversations, you watching videos, whether people capping or not, you don't know. All you know is people showing settlements. And I'm thinking to myself, like, man, like some kind of way we leaving too much money or too much meat on the bone. You feel what I'm saying? Um, we leave Swift for an opportunity to drive for on the Prime's A Fleet side. So if a lot of y'all who do or don't remember, we drove for a company, or at least with a company called RST. We did that for 2 years, but I still was more so, I'll lease a truck, because you can give it back when you need to give it back, and it's no super pressure on you, and you can kind of dibble and dabble still. But if it gets too rough or times get too crazy, they're what they called walkaway leases. So I'm thinking, where we are right now, this is pretty much going to max out in some form or fashion. I still, in the back of my head, was fearful, to be honest with you, flat out scared to own a truck, just knowing how volatile trucking can be, how one accident, one major breakdown, if you're not prepared for it, will crush you. There's a lot of people that took that leap that had a major issue and could not survive. So shout out to everybody who had the business mind early to make sure they put their bread up, stack their bread up, lived a minimal lifestyle just to make sure that their trucking business could survive in wake of a catastrophic issue, because a lot of people don't. There's a lot of people out here right now still blaming other people for their mishaps in this trucking industry when the bottom line is you suck and you are garbage at being a business person. Right. So you might just need to be a worker, not trying to be a businessman. And that's a problem that a lot of people have, but that's a whole other thing.
But that's why we personally have advocated, if you can do it, to eliminate bills before you become a team trucker. Even if it's your home or a car or any extra expenses that you can get rid of. Now, if you have a mortgage, you might not be able to do that, but maybe you can rent your home or do something else. Yeah. We're not saying it's ideal, but if you could come out here on this road and really maximize your money, and the times when you're up, you can be up, and when you're down, it doesn't affect you because you don't have to pay this and pay that. Right. Then you can really get ahead. So we've always advocated that because we did it, and it worked for us. It worked for us.
So we were presented with an opportunity a little over a year ago with the company that we're currently with right now. We was brought the information from somebody that we know and respect in the game. They thought it would be a great opportunity for us. They were doing it themselves. We're constantly showing numbers, giving us all the insight that we needed to let us know that this time, the time was now. And we had what it took to make a move that if we really wanted to elevate ourselves in this trucking space, we need to make the move. I toyed with the idea for months, like literally for months. I decided we're gonna give it a shot. I literally turned to my wife and said, if we give this a shot and this and we fall on our face and we have to go back to the hood, back to the forklift, if you got find yourself
company driving,
however, if this takes us out,
if it fails,
would you leave me?
No.
She said no. So to me, all right, it's the game on then.
Let's go.
You know what I mean? If I ain't got to worry about losing what I got, I ain't talking about just frivolous little stuff. I'm talking about what we have, because I know it's us together. We can get and do anything we want to do. So I said, we're going to try it. Now, the company that we're with, through conversating and getting certain things in writing and things of that nature, financially, we got what it takes to cop a truck. You know, if anybody that's bought a truck before, you know, trucks are all over the country. They could be anywhere. I'm not a diesel mechanic, so you might want a mechanic to look at your truck and stuff like that and check it out, because this is a major investment. This is the main tool to your whole operation. You know what I mean? So this is a serious investment, serious purchase to make, and nothing to be taken lightly. You know, you don't want to just jump at the first thing you see, stuff like that. So you really want to do your due diligence and really sift through what's available price-wise and what you can get and all that kind of stuff. So I'm literally considering buying a truck now, like, and I'm shocked within myself. She's shocked, like, you really want to do this? Because I think she might have just thought I was playing with it. And I'm like, yo, we gonna do it. So the company says, hey, okay, come over company, and as soon as you can get yourself a truck, we'll have it set up that you can bring that truck over, because they don't hire owner operators all the time. This was a small window of time. I didn't want to miss it, but I didn't want to just buy the first thing that was out there sight unseen. I didn't want to buy a truck over the internet. You feel what I'm saying? And I ain't been able to kick a tire, check a dipstick, get somebody to check it. None of that kind of stuff. But trucks are bought sight unseen all the time. Companies with big money that buy 2 and 3 trucks at a time from the West Coast, or they're on the East Coast, from up north. Like, trucks are being bought and shipped all the time, and no one was there to quote unquote check it out. You know what I mean? Somebody just spends the money, they cop it and order what they want. That wasn't the case for us. You know what I mean? We are 1 truck, 2 people operation. So this truck has to be right. So we are literally in orientation with this company. We're in Joplin, Missouri. And I say this, I don't want y'all to think I'm going around. I would never speak of who we pull freight with. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. If you see it in the video and you ever say, hey, Mo, you over at such and such, I'll probably never answer you. I never confirm nor deny who and what it is, but I never speak on it. But if you find out on your own, you find out on your own. But I will say, we were in Joplin, Missouri. We go through the week of orientation. They fly us out there, all that good stuff. I had drove back. We drove from Richmond to basically Houston, dropped RST truck off to them. We had pink champagne, if y'all remember that, for y'all who've been around long enough.
Shout out to RST. They did us great. We didn't
yeah. We just had an opportunity and they couldn't compare it to it. It just was what it was. But we go through a week's orientation. We get issued a truck. I'm kicking myself in the butt because I can't believe I'm back in somebody's company truck again. Like, this is the worst. Coming from where we've come from, growing and gaining what we felt like we've gained in 5 years, to sit in somebody's company truck and be told where to go, can't really turn it. You know, you get kind of a business owner, do what I want to do, run my operation mentality, whether you're leasing or owning. You kind of get that, you know, we doing our thing out here. So
you get used to your freedom.
So to have that reduced to literally being somebody's company driver, it was a hit to my ego for sure. But I knew what the purpose and the cause was, so we dealt with it. The blessing, why I say it's a blessing, and I tell anybody, I'm not super religious dude, so when I use the term blessing, I'm literally using it in the full-fledged of what it is, like the beauty and just the flow of how this thing went down for us. We've never spoke about it before. We go through the week's orientation. We get our truck issued on a Friday. We got a load already that we leave to pick up in Mississippi on Monday. We're in Joplin, Missouri. We're in the hotel room through Sunday. We're going to leave Monday morning to make our pickup. We go to a mall that's in Joplin. We leave the mall. We're going to go get something to eat. But before that, we head out on Monday. Look at my wife's nails. Let's go to the nail shop, get you a good manicure, pedicure, get you ready to start this new journey, send you off feeling good, you know, feeling real feminine and real womanly. So, you know, what woman don't want a good pampering of feet and nails? That's just.
How long have we been driving company at that time?
We hadn't drove yet. We hadn't even got a load yet.
We hadn't got a load yet.
We are literally just finishing orientation.
Right.
And kind of just kicking it through the weekend to leave for our first load on Monday.
We were still staying in the hotel.
Right.
Okay.
We go to the nail salon. I got me a little manicure myself.
No, what happened was we was in the mall.
Okay, let's get more details.
And there was a nail shop in the mall.
Oh yes, that's why it's such a blessing. Go ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He was in the mall. Mm-hmm. Well, we was in the mall and we saw a nail shop. He's like, babe, go see. And at first I was like, I don't know. But then he was like, go see if they can do your nails.
Right.
And I did, but the timing was too long and I wasn't feeling trying to wait that long.
Right.
So he was like, well, it's another place I saw when we came in here. We'll go there.
I seen a nail salon that's in the parking lot of the mall, but not in the mall.
Right. And then after that, we was going to go get something to eat.
She called them. They had some openings. So we went ahead and drove around the mall. We in a company truck, Bob telling. So we pull up to this nail salon. We go in. First, I ain't gonna get nothing done. But I say, you know what, go ahead and get me sprayed too. Give me this manicure. Let me get fresh. So she goes back 15, 20 minutes into her manicure. And in her hands, she says, babe, her husband is the main guy, or not even lead salesman. Like, her husband is the manager for the MHC Kenworth here in Joplin.
So what happened was I was getting my nails done sitting beside this young lady, and we were just talking, having regular conversation and everything. And I was asking her, what areas, how was the food? I was like, because we looking for somewhere to go eat. And she was telling us about a couple restaurants that was around there. And I was like, oh, okay. And I said, yeah, because we truckers.
Yeah, I didn't hear any of this conversation. I'm sitting up at the front.
I said, yeah, because we truckers. I said, and, we're not from here, so I don't know, but we want to get something to eat. So she was telling us about it. And she was like, wow, yeah, my husband is the regional manager for the Kentworth dealer up the street. And I was like, are you serious? She was like, yeah. They were like, he sells trucks. I'm like, what? I'm like, this is crazy. I said, me and my husband are in the process right now of looking for places to purchase our first truck. She was like, really? She was like, I can give you his information. You can call him his cell phone like right now. I was like, yes. So I had my nails still going. I'm like, babe. I was like, that's my husband right there. She was like, okay, I'll give him the information. Yeah. And that's how that started.
So she, the lady she finishes her nails first. So she walks up to the front to go pay. So she pays for her nails, gets a receipt, writes her husband's number down, and say, yeah, I let him know you'll be calling him soon. Told me his name, all that good stuff. So I'm the wheels are turning. Because I'm like, this is crazy, but I ain't gonna get too far ahead of myself with it. We'll go through this process and see where it takes us. So we leave the nail salon, go to the restaurant, which is in the same parking lot, other side of the mall or whatever. So we go inside, we sit down. I just say, I'm gonna text them. You know what I mean? I hit him with a text, bang, bang, bang. Excuse me, sir, this is Mo 804. I say that, but I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? I just met your wife earlier. She gave us your number. I'm just reaching out, letting you know, I'm in the process of looking to purchase a truck. Hopefully you can help me out. Give me a call back at your earliest convenience. I really appreciate it. Before our food came to the table that we ordered, my phone's ringing. Joplin, Missouri. Excuse me, babe. I get up and leave the table because, the restaurants is kind of doing, it's active. So I go out in the little door opening area once you come into the mall.
With the couple, right? I was still.
Oh yeah, we had met a couple that drove for the same company we with because they seen our truck and blah blah blah. Older couple, but
they asked us if we would like to join them. Yeah. And we was like, sure.
So you're right. So I excuse myself from the table, walk out. How you doing? It's your boy Mo 804.
He didn't say that.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. So he's like, I said, how you doing? I met your wife. He's like, yeah, I spoke to her already. She told me you'd be calling me. And I said, well, I'm here in town right now. Just took a job, company job, but I'm I'm looking to purchase a truck. I've already gotten some approvals because before that.
Okay, yeah, before that.
Just in our trucking search, we probably had, I say different companies, but Arrow Truck Sales was one that we had already kind of went through a few steps with, already ran credits and stuff like that, already had an idea of what our down payments would be, and what type of truck we would quote unquote qualify for, things of that nature.
But it was in different states and we had to.
But I keep it all the way above. We approved for a truck for 60 bands. 59,950 to be right and exact. Now today, with the truck prices have gone up, that's unheard of. So don't think you're gonna get online and find a truck for 60 bands right now. A $60,000 truck,
it
8 months ago gonna cost you $90,000 or better.
Anybody ever know that? It might be difficult. So
man, you gonna get
these numbers we talking about from last year.
But we talking only 6-8 months ago. The industry has went crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
But nonetheless. So I speak to the gentleman. He says, what are you looking for? I said, I was looking, trying to do a Volvo or something like that. Because I have been driving Volvos, new ones, that I was leasing 2021s, 2022s, or 2019s, 2020s. But I said, I'm looking at maybe getting a 2016 2017, because the company wants you to have at least a 2016 or newer. Volvo, in my head, Volvos is good. I like Volvos, man. Um, he's like, okay. So I tell him kind of what I'm looking for. And he says, well, I got three trucks. One's already on my lot. And I got another two that's coming in from a small outfit out west. Um, they're all pack car engines. Is that a problem? I'm like, nah. I mean, I've never driven a pack car. Any Kenworth I've ever had was always a Cummins through Swift, and so that's all I knew. But I heard a lot about pack car. Most stuff was probably a little scary because back then everybody was super Cummins or cat engines, and pack car was kind of just stepchild type of stuff. So nonetheless, he says they're all pack cars, 2016s. Upper 300 miles, knocking on 400,000 mileage, stuff like that. They're all 59,950. Man, okay. That's same number that I had at Arrow. So I'm like, hey, well, I'll at least take a look at it. Like, why not? So he says, it's burgundy. They're all the same color. They're all pretty much the same truck. I got one on the lot right now. So I'm like, okay, well, bet. Is the lot locked up? He's like, no. You can go over there tonight and mess with it. It's unlocked and everything. It's around the backside. He gave me a breakdown of where I could find it on the lot. So we leave the restaurant that after eating everything. Shoot over to the lot, bobtailing company truck. So I pull up. I'm riding through the lot, scoping like I'm looking for Pookie, like I'm Smokey looking for Pookie. You know what I mean? Bam! There go the truck right there. So I park, hop out, get out. Jump up in there. Of course, ain't no key in it, but it's open. I get in it, look around it. He's saying they're all identical trucks. I want to say this. I want to say that. I don't know why, but I feel like I can see the miles on the truck, even in my own truck, I don't know if the dashboard lights up without the key in it. I can't remember. But it's kind of weird. But I feel like I remember the mileage in the truck being like 480 something. I mean, like 380 something, 390. So the next day, I called him back, sir. I would love to go forward with it. He says, okay, well, I got another few trucks, like I said, coming in this week. I'll plug you in with one of my top sales reps, blah, blah, blah. He says, Dylan, I told you the truck is 59,950. Blessing. This dude says, I'll give you the truck for 50,000.
He took a whole
on the strength of my wife.
He took a whole 10 grand off.
Like, word? 50? Bet. So we literally the next morning, I talked to the sales rep guy. This is where Kenny kind of got a little crazy, but it got even more mind blowing. Monday morning, we heading out Mississippi. Bang, first load, Mississippi to Oakland, California. We run that. We hit Oakland. Let's just say Wednesday, because we runners. We hit Oakland. Let's just say Wednesday. I'm talking to the guy off and on. The other trucks come in. He says, one of them is already the one you got in is already sold. One of the other two that's coming in of the three total, it's already sold. Like, God damn, they sell them like that already? He's like, yeah, a company out of Dallas bought both of those. We have the one left. Bruh, like, I ain't trying to rush you or none of that, but y'all know I don't want to cop nothing sight unseen already. Right. And I'm in California, dog.
Right.
And I just started with this company. We about to be on our second load, like, to just call them up like, yo, I need to get back to Missouri. Like, damn, we just getting going.
Right.
We run a load that we pick up in like Richmond, California area, shoot us over to somewhere in Nevada, way out in the cut. Because right now we doing a whole different type of freight. What we doing right now, so we in the cut. We area 51. Like our stuff that we doing right now is on some high voltage. Like this stuff is priority, classifications, and all of that. That go back to me saying I ain't gonna never say. But bro, I get a load that picks up in Phoenix, Arizona, that's going right back to Joplin, Missouri, to the drop yard. We'll be back there on Saturday night. I called dude up because I had his personal number. I said, bruh, I got a load bringing me back to Joplin. I won't be there this Saturday night. I know y'all closed on Sundays. Is there any way you can come in on your day off so I can at least check this truck out?
And look at it.
Look at it at least. Because I'm shook to death and I can't front. I ain't giving you no 50. And I ain't and I don't even know if this seat stink. You feel what I'm saying? Right. I don't know nothing about this truck, bro.
Right.
Not
happening.
He says, sure, man.
Shout out to our salesman. He was
sure, man. I'll meet you there. I get in Saturday night, send him a text, man. I'm here. I'll be over there tomorrow. How about 12 noon? Is that all right for you? Sure, I can meet you up there. We bobtail, company truck. We're on the lot. He pulls in, unlocks the door, goes inside, go gets the keys to the truck, gives me the keys. We do a little walk around of it. He gives me brief information on the truck. So she and I get in, crank it up. Now it sounds different to me. Now I don't mean bad. It just don't sound like a Kenworth to me because that's my ears. Is even the company truck that I'm driving was a Kenworth with a Cummins in it. So when I hear this pack car start up, it's not a Cummins. The rattle ain't the same. The sound's not the same. So I don't really know what to expect in a pack car. I've never really thought about one, never even driven one or been close to one to notice. I'm looking at the motor. Does this supposed to look like this? This looks like it should have a cover on it. Does it? I don't know. Crank it up. We drive around. I mean, it's driving fine. You know what I mean? I'm doing what I would do buying a used car or what I would do at an auction if they let you kick the car around for a short before it went through the auction. Like I'm throwing it in drive, in reverse, and drive, in reverse, and drive, in reverse. And I'm listening. Is the air, turn the air on, AC blowing? Yeah, AC, yeah, it's good. Does the bulk heater work? We shut the truck off, turn the bulk, yeah, the bulk heater's good. Reverse, drive, reverse, drive. I'm left with hard left, right, and power steering, yeah, feel, yeah. I'm checking dipstick, and because in my head I'm doing the biggest pre-trip you ever seen in your life. Because I'm no mechanic, dog. You know what I mean? I know what I'm doing, but I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm checking this and I'm checking that, and in my head everything's checking out. Like this is getting spooky. So I do that for a while. I mean, I probably played with that truck for at least an hour. He never came out. He never sweated me. He never, gave me the whole like, hurry up, buddy. Never none of that. He never even came out. So I put that truck. I got it up to.
Drive it?
Yes.
We drove it around the parking lot
because we couldn't leave the lot with it. We didn't have no tags on it or none of that. Right. So I had to stay on the lot. But I got that joint up as fast as speed I can get it, hitting the brakes. I'm trying to put it through the test the best I can within this parking lot of a truck sales facility. Mm-hmm. No issues. Like, damn. Like, okay, so after about an hour, I go back and get him. I said, man, I'm going to get it. My wife's, before I even went in, she says, babe, is this it? Mm-hmm. I'm almost about to cry real quick. Hold up. She says, babe, is this it? I say, yeah. Yeah, this the one right here. Like, this got to be it. Phoenix, you don't heard some of this story, but you ought to know. I'll get it to you again. She's like, is this the one? I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, I want to. Did you say you want to pray over it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you call somebody?
I did, but not for that. I called my prayer warriors, my women that I seek out to pray with me. So I did call them, but I prayed over it because I gotta make sure that God is first in everything that we do. So and I had already prayed about us getting up to that point. But then I was waiting for you to be sure that this is what you wanted to do and this was what we was going to do. Then I had to come in agreement.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still amazed because just based on that backgrounds. But I ain't got to tell y'all. Y'all got your own backgrounds. Y'all know when something amazing happens for you.
God's been good.
It's serious. So she says, she looks at me like, you know, is this it? It's it, babe. Like, we on this the one. Going to get the guy, like, bro, let's do it. What we need to do. He says, well, first thing we can do is in the morning, I need you to put a work order in. We need to put some money on it to hold the truck, because if you put a work order on it and you put your name on it, it can't be sold because this truck is online all over the internet. And if someone come up with the cash, it's gone.
And we had to wire money. We had to have money wired because that was how they how they could hold it with the invoice.
So the next day, how much did we have to send them? I think we might have gave him about $1,000.
We sent him
to start the work order, because this wasn't a down payment. This just was a work order on the truck to start paperwork to say, to put our name on it.
We sent him $2,000 because it was 12.
Okay.
12,000 to put down. We sent him $2,000, and I told him that we could send him the rest Friday.
Okay. Because we had a lot of moving parts.
We could send him the other 10 Friday.
Okay. So we give him the 2 bands. He starts the paperwork process. We head back out on the road. Now we're emails, and we have to fax this and we have to fax that, and we're pulling over to the truck stop and TA, and y'all got the fax machine? Sure. And we fax these 2-3 sheets, and then 2 hours later, we need this form, we need that form.
Oh man. I'm at the company that we haul for. I'm asking them to help me fax stuff and information because we were still in the process of getting in doing stuff with the truck.
Yeah, we was fresh. We were still working. We hadn't been with the company 2 weeks yet at this point. Maybe a week and a half. So we
was helping us because it was a lot I didn't know about purchasing a truck, and then all of what we needed.
We didn't know nothing.
All of the licensing and just all the different things you need for your truck.
So we emailing this day, then seeing like as soon as they ask you to email something, you find a truck stop, email it. An hour later, they want 3-4 forms of something else.
Right.
They emailing you a letter, but then you got to sign it. They don't have the little document joint where you can sign online, so we literally got to print out something.
You got to get your insurance.
Sign it, send it in. So we jumped through those hoops for about a week and some change.
It was a lot.
The best part that kind of saved us was Chippy. And when I say Chippy, we had to, again, we flew from Houston to Missouri because we took the truck back to Houston to RST. So we left Chippy at home along with clothing and stuff like that, because we literally only had with us what we packed in our luggage to fly with. So we literally was on some 3 and 4 pair of sweatpants, 4 or 5 t-shirts, fresh pack of drawers, socks. I might have had some Jones with some holes in it, whatever. We go through that whole process. We get ourselves, we had home time set up for the 14th. We get back to Joplin because I'm like, yo, we're not going to leave here until we finalize this truck. We're not doing this purchase over the road no more. It was too much. It's too much.
It was too much.
We can't get business done the way we need to in motion.
Which we have decided that we are purchasing our first printer, and it has all the stuff.
Yeah, get you a printer. Get you one of Bluetooth printer these days where you just can print, because you're not
going through that.
You can't conduct business.
You cannot
without a printer, man.
You cannot.
It's a tool to have on a truck for sure. So we get back to Joplin. We ain't leaving until we get this whole thing done. So We got home time coming up in a few days, so we just gonna bite the bullet. We gonna stay here and not run no loads.
Till it was
so
finished.
we go through a few days of some more of that type of back and forth stuff. We give them the $10,000. Still go through a few more hoops. Blah 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 blah. And we finished all of it.
Did we?
Did I add on? Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Because didn't we
I
have to
forgot something.
We had to title it.
Well, I'm saying.
So that was the something else.
Well, the title came after the purchasing.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, in Missouri,
right.
We get to the truck, to cop the truck, to take possession of the truck, sign all the final paperwork. That's, if y'all see the video, it may be right here. You know how people do that. The video right here, it probably won't be right here, so just wait till the end because I probably ain't gonna do it. But just for the sake of the video, if you look right here, that's the video where the dog will be at, but it ain't gonna be there.
It probably ain't gonna be there.
So just wait till the end. And so you see us, we go inside to go get the truck. We meet with the sales rep, and you can hear him on the video say, most people don't stop long enough to get some of these deals done. You know what I mean? Like, you have to, if you're going to get it done, you have to stop what you're doing and commit to it until it finalized. A lot of the stuff you can't do in motion. But nonetheless, bro, I'm sitting in the guy's office for anybody who hasn't seen it. The truck that we had, pink champagne, that we had just dropped off in Houston a month earlier, if that. I'm sitting in the guy's seat. I happen to look behind his head out the window. I see pink champagne ride past, pulling the prime trailer. My old truck that I just got out of, that I just left in Houston a few weeks back. I try to get her attention. She don't see it in time. So I'm bugged out.
I saw the end of it, but it was like,
you seen the prime trailer, you ain't see the truck.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I'm bugged out. I'm like, yo, just out of everything I just broke down to y'all, the way this thing started happening, to see my old truck ride past. I mean, this is some surreal stuff. That's storybook. You dig what I'm saying? We get the key from him. We go outside. We crank it up. You know, we're in the truck. We call our daughters.
My bestie.
She called her best friend. You know, they have their moment. And, you know, they do what they do as best friends gonna do. So, I mean, this was a joyous time. So, Kyle, man, cut it out, man. What up, brother? You messed me up. You confused me. Okay.
So, Kyle, great story.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Appreciate it, bro.
Thank you.
We on the phone, calling all the family members. Bro. Babe. What is that? Pink champagne coming right back past us again. It must have been a pickup somewhere down the road. I don't know. But we're sitting in our new truck and our old truck drives past. I hop out, get it on video because I'm like, yo, people ain't going to even believe this. So I kind of hurry up, skedaddle up to the light. Truck gets stuck at the light. I get footage like, yo, like, how amazing is this? To purchase a truck, make my first truck purchase, and literally see my old truck ride right past me. To see my future and my past in the same frame. Like, this ain't regular.
No, I wouldn't.
But nonetheless, we go through that process. We get the truck, man. We put them temp tags on that money. Then we drive it over to the company. You know, of course, they have to install Qualcomms and decals and some of that stuff. So we already had the home time set up. We got to go get Chippy. Hop in the whip. Hop back in the truck, get us some few loads, get us back to Virginia. We go get Chip, all that kind of stuff. So now the next load we getting back to Joplin ASAP to get our truck. So we literally do that. Get all our belongings. We get up to Tri-State. Wow. We get up to Joplin. Hey, it's real life, right?
Yeah.
Live feed. We get up to Joplin, man, and we go through the process of swapping our stuff out and getting a new truck and all of that. And I want to just say we've been rocking and rolling ever since. the kind of the issue we had was we didn't really qualify at the time to pull all the freight. That's why I'm trying to tell people now to get what you need to get.
Oh yeah, get all your
early, because
early.
even though we were owner
even
operators,
if you're not using them, get them.
We were owner operators with this company and prepared to pull and grind as owner operators. We still didn't have our hazmats, which is something that you need, and we still hadn't had all our government clearance, because that's mainly what we pull, a lot of government military stuff that you need to have certain clearances and credentials to go on military bases to pick up. But nonetheless, so we ran some miscellaneous loads, UPSs and stuff like that, put away some good money, but we knew, and just like they told us, unless you have all these endorsements, you're gonna have so much deadhead and things of that nature that you might not really be able to operate. They told us this. This was during COVID. We already knew hazmat test was coming up in a month or so. We had the appointment, but we still had to make it to the appointment. And so, like I said, they didn't lie to us. They told me what the deal was going to be. But like I said, this process of this truck fell into our lap so smooth.
It did.
And it just laid itself out so, I ain't gonna say effortlessly, but you get what I'm saying.
There
like,
wasn't no burdens with it. It wasn't no stress
for this
with
to
it.
take place, for us to take place and happen the way that it happened, it was so much on some meant to be stuff that I would have literally had to step in my own way to stop it. Like, it would have probably ran me over if I would have tried to stop it. So even though we weren't technically prepared to pull for the company and maximize our earnings, we could not let this take place. So we got out there a little premature. So we got to the point where we had to call timeout. We knew that we were working backwards, and we had to have at least our hazmat to really maximize. So we took about a month off the truck.
It was a complete month.
Yeah, we didn't run. You know, we waited till our
hazmat came in.
Yeah, we took our hazmat test, killed it. At least I killed mine day one. She had hers to do the next day. You probably was shook too, because you was like, "Yo, I can't let him get his and I not get mine."
Right.
But it took us right. It took us right back into when we first started driving in the first place. Because I got my license first. She went to school and she had to get hers on her own. I couldn't help her in DMV, just like I couldn't help her at DMV for the hazmat test. She had to do what she had to do, and she did that. So we both have our hazmats. We end up heading back out, being able to make some good, decent runs with it, because, you know, that's one of the things that they do is hazmat stuff. But once, a few weeks later, I get my government clearance. She gets her government clearance. And at this point, we are full-fledged, ready to go wide open as owner-operators and get to the bag. And get to the bag we do.
Getting your government clearances ain't easy, y'all. Getting
to the bag we do. They check any and everything.
What? Private investigators, all kinds of stuff going on. This ain't no joke.
And even though I kind of just blew it, like I said, it is what it is. If you come back on this video and you ask me, what you say again, bro? Oh, who was that you said? I ain't responding to you, dog. But so that was my main thing, just to get that story out. We never told how we got our truck, the blessings that came with it, the way it rolled out for us, just how smoothly it happened. And to two people that probably, if you ask either one of us, are very undeserving of a lot of the positive things that have happened to us since getting into trucking, and just, you know, the moves we've made that we kind of didn't know we were doing, but it still panned out.
Right.
You know, people like SoCal and people that were in certain groups, and, you know, just a part of my trucking knowledge days, and kind of just getting confidence and knowing what was what. Like, it's certain people like him that, even though I didn't know what I was doing, I knew I was doing somewhat of the right thing, because there were people around me making moves and having success. So that's one of the things we want to bring to this channel, is let people know it's not going to always be laid out. You're not going to always know all the answers, but you got to trust in yourself. You got to trust in your ability. And sometimes you just got to jump off the window, man. Sometimes you just got to jump off the porch, and what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? If you got a rider with you, if you got a dog with you, if you can say, hey, if this thing collapse up under our feet and we start back at ground zero, are you gonna ride with me? And if you got that, that's why we say husband or wife, besties for life, liking what you like. If you do, as long as you're doing it as a team, as long as you are unified in whatever your emotions and movements are, you will be all right. Whether your wife is at home and you're on a truck, vice versa, she get on the truck with you.
In agreement with what's what. That's all that matters.
Ladies, if you see this, don't be the woman that's at home giving this man all the business every day because he's striving to do something or whatever. Be that support system. Now, if he's an idiot, then of course treat him that way. But man,
so okay, I say, my phone is always open to you.
That's a fact, brother, and I definitely appreciate that. So, Cal, you
let me tell you, add this to.
But yeah, add on because I know I've been around. But this is serious business, bro.
I had a plan before he decided he wanted to get this truck because I was like, we're gonna get our first investment property. So
yeah,
all year last year, I had been preparing and doing all the work and working with a realtor, had signed a contract and everything. And my plan for us was to get our first duplex property the beginning of the year. And we were in mode to do that. And when he came to me and said he wanted to purchase a truck, I said, well, Lord, I thought we supposed to be using that money to get a duplex because that's what we first agreed.
Yeah.
So then I had to go to pray because he is the lead and he's the head over me, and then God is head over him. And when he changed and shifted, but I was still in my plan, I was like, hold up, I got to get on board with this because clearly this is not what's supposed to happen. And that was true.
Yeah.
And it worked out perfectly.
So, I mean, we just wanted to tell that story, hopefully that we can offer some inspiration. And that's really what this channel is about, period. I really see team trucking. It's always been, but I see team trucking really coming to the forefront nowadays. Like I said on the last video, the whole freight industry right now, time is very critical, very crucial. And there's companies that are either being swallowed up because they can't keep up with the demands of the customer bases, because they're not a company that's full of teams. They may have built their whole thing on solo drivers. So when it comes to getting freight somewhere quickly, that is what the main demand is nowadays from a lot of different shippers and just companies in general. A lot of companies are being swallowed up or being looked over because they can't provide and meet the demand. So I really feel like team trucks in 2022 and beyond is going to be a very instrumental part of this trucking industry, more than it even has in the future. All right?
Sorry, y'all.
You know, I'm telling you, more than it has been in the past. So I really strive to allow people to see, know, and understand how important team trucking is. And if you're looking for a change of pace, change of career as a husband and wife, or just a couple in general, or two buddies, or whatever the case may be, look into this, because teaming is the wave. I ain't saying, like I said before, I ain't saying that the solo driver is dead, but solo trucking is dead, because they trying to get automated trucks and all of that. And the only thing that can compete with an automated truck is going to be a team truck, because the objective is to keep that truck moving. They don't want you shutting down. They don't want you stopping. They don't want you idling. They don't want you going. They don't want to be coming up with these, you can get a week off or you stay out a month. They don't want you to go home at all. And that's what a team truck can provide. A truck that can stay in the system, within the matrix, for weeks, months on end, and can consistently run freight as fast as legally possible. And that's the wave right now. You got the question things you got on there? Because there was a few questions we've got. Or is there any new questions or statements that's in this right here? Go Phoenix, what's happening? I ain't got my glasses on.
I think it was Beauty that said, man, I'm about to drop a tear. Or it might have been one of them. I think it was Beauty.
I hope it won't be over there dropping no tears. Come on, come on, OG.
Y'all put
take that off, OG.
702 Truck said y'all put in the time and work. Y'all deserve the success.
Go Phoenix said teaming is definitely different.
Got it. Yeah.
It's not even the same job compared to solo. That's a fact, brother.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. It's a whole nother muscle. And incorporate that with your woman. Sometimes, bruh, you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah, what's some of the
I just want to say this right quick. So
okay.
We share these videos and we go live and we do all of this because we just want to let y'all know that y'all can do it.
Facts.
Like, we talked about this, and even though while we were talking about it, we still didn't know if we could do it.
No.
We was just trying, and
Facts.
we was able to do it. So
yeah,
you can do it too.
Yeah, so Cal say seeing a whole new level in trucking. That's a fact, so Cal.
Yeah,
it's different, bro. Ray David, what's happening?
Finally, where you been?
Man, Ray David be drinking coffee. Right. He be on coffee highs, man.
Fixing up his house. He didn't think about Married to the Miles.
Yeah, he putting cream on your coffee and stuff, man. Chill out, man.
Going to all these beautiful places. He didn't think about us.
At all. Robert Wallace, what's good, bro? I will make my first year in 1 week. Salute to you, brother. And I know that 365 won't easy, but it's gonna be worth it. Stick to it. Craig Macario, what's happening? You already know what it is. You scared to get in the truck? Come on, Craig.
We haven't had any major issues with the truck since we got a job.
Tuned 2022.
Everybody.
Stay tuned 2022.
we haven't had any major issues with the truck since we got it.
No, the only thing I've had go wrong with the truck was a $12 what's it called? Main it was basically
it looked like a little square.
It was basically a basically a fuse that allows all the computers in the truck parts to talk to one another. Right. I want to say like a regulator switch or it's something along those lines. SoCal probably know exactly what. It was a small square type of fuse because the guy already knew what it was. Like a regulator switch or something along those lines. $12 part. I mean, it was this big around. He didn't unplug one and plugged it in. But it kept causing the truck to cut off sometimes or it wouldn't idle. Basically, the truck couldn't talk to each other. So every now and again, it would give me fault codes and stuff like that. But it was did it like a regulator switch or something like that. That was the issue with the truck. $12 part. Yeah, sensor. Main. It was one of the main sensors, yes. But it's another little word in there. But definitely it was a fusible link. Modulator switch. That sounds like it might be something like that too. A main.
It's a little black thing that got like three little
prongs
that stick out.
Because he said on those pack cars that year that it was made by Tyco. So that year, that particular part, modulator switch. It was definitely a main relay switch. Boom.
What's his name?
Mark Love. Thank you, Mark Love. Yeah.
And they only had one.
No, they had two, but they were both being shipped out to another Kenworth dealer in the morning. So he took one of them and back ordered the second one and gave us the one that they had there. But they were due to ship out in the morning. Yes. Another phenomenon.
Yes.
But yeah. Oh, say it's a breaker. Okay, that may be. Yeah, it was definitely one of those big joints, but it was made by Tyco that year. So all the new ones were another company that made them, but Tyco made the other ones, and all of them malfunctioned over a handful of years. Oh, I know what I meant to say.
And Ray Dave's got a question too when you get around.
This truck, bro. Think about this, especially right now when you know where we are in the prices of trucks. Dude gave me the truck that was $59,950 for 50 bands. This is a 2016 KW pack car engine, 383,000 miles. 383,000 miles. 2016. I bought the truck in 2021. Right?
Mm-hmm.
No. Yes.
Yes.
I bought the truck in 2021.
Yes.
This is a 2016 truck. So this truck is teetering at 5 years old. Yes, this be main relay switch. For sure. This truck was teetering at 5 years old with 383,000 miles on it.
I'm sorry.
In the trucking space, y'all know 383 on a 5-year-old truck? Mm-hmm. Come on, man. Tell me, come on, yo. Like, it was literally unheard of. That's why I say this.
He be talking to the truck, y'all, because her name Millie, right?
Her name is Millie Miles.
So he be talking to the truck. Yeah.
Come on, Millie.
Especially when we get heavy loads, he be like,
let's go, Millie. Yeah, 383,000 miles on a 5-year-old truck, man. So, one, we know it wasn't no team in there. Most it had to have been was a local or regional person, and one guy drove it. The only downside to it was the truck had an APU in it, and they must have removed the APUs before they sold them to the dealership. So I don't have an APU, but I have the cutout for it. I even got the lines ran from under the engine to the rear for an APU.
Wow.
I just don't have the APU on it. But by us running team, you technically don't need an APU because we don't stop. And right now, we just hit 470,000 miles on that truck. And we've had it since right after the summer of last year. And I ain't going to tell you the type of bread I made with it already. Just know the 50,000 that I paid for it, I could pay for it and pay for it and pay for it and pay for it again and again and again. So this is beautiful, bro.
God is good.
Beautiful, bro. So yeah, that's what somebody wanted to say. That mileage alone in this climate, I probably just sell that truck right now for probably 90 bands. Am I right? Wrong? I think I seen Trucker Named Jay post a truck the other day, a 2017 Freightliner or something that probably was well over $100,000 right now as we stand. Mm-hmm. APU good news, low hours on it. Facts. It had APU good news, yeah.
702 trucker.
Yeah, you're right about that, SoCal. I never even put that in my head. If it had an APU on it, that means whoever did have it during their downtime, they ran the APU and not the engine. So the engine itself has low miles on it. Yes. Because they were able to keep cool. APU. Right, so they were able to keep cool and warm without utilizing the engine. So the engine was only used to drive. That never registered in my head. So you figure the low mileage on it, as well as just overall low hour usage, man, it was a blessing, man. Like, no lie, there's no other way I can formulate it. But go ahead, baby. No.
Sorry. So
let's go into the mailbag. We're going into the mailbag.
We actually have had a lot of interaction on our Facebook, and we have really dropped the ball on that. So
get low on the ginger beer.
What we decided to do was share some of the comments and questions on YouTube, hoping that some of these people will come over and see, or maybe they follow us and know that we thought of them and that we wanted to recognize them on the channel.
Or maybe it might be a similar question to someone else
has. That somebody else has. Okay. So this is Chris Riley. Chris Riley says, my wife and I are currently in training with Prime in Salt Lake City.
Hey.
Just wanted to say thank you for your YouTube videos. They are a huge inspiration for us. I was born and raised in 7x7, and my wife did hair for 15 years. That's us. Every time I get frustrated or have doubts, I watch Heavy is the Head That Wears the Crown. Being from the VA, just the way you talk and the way you put things speaks to me on so many levels. Thank you for everything you guys do, and look forward to the next video.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That heaviest head that wears the crown, it ain't gonna be right here, but I'm just gonna do it again. I may try to put it at the end. That was a good video. That was a video I probably did some weeks back on my what I call Man to Man series, just letting it be known that, you know, being out here on the road, if you're not gonna do any and everything you can to maximize your possibility of income, don't keep crying and making complaints about what the industry is and what it ain't and how you got other options to do this, that, and the third. If you're not putting yourself in position to do better, you won't. So, you know, heavy is the head that wears the crown is just saying, you know, you have to put the onus and responsibility on yourself to be greater. You know, people who out here making big moves, doing big things, they ain't just walking around here lightheaded or lightly. You know what I mean? They're carrying a lot of weight, a lot of responsibility on their shoulders. So heavy is the head that wears the crown. It's just saying if you're going to be out here and you're going to be the man, you're going to be king, it come with work. So if you ain't willing to put the work in, shut your mouth. And if you're going to be willing to put the work in, let's go and get what you need to get. Where's Chasey at?
He being spoiled.
He got to get up here. Chasey?
Right. He being real spoiled, y'all.
I don't know if y'all even seen it. A lot of people probably have. If y'all don't follow us already on Instagram at Married to the Miles or Mo804, whatever, y'all probably have seen her already. I don't know if we had her on YouTube yet or not.
I don't know.
It don't matter. What's happening? So this is our newest edition right here. This is Chase. Y'all already know Chip.
Chip with his big head self.
Yeah, so this is our second baby. So Chip got a girlfriend. Chip got a girlfriend. But
we doing that arranged marriages over here.
That's right. So she's the cutest thing, man. I got her from Florida, from a dope breeder down there, man. So she comes from a good stock, a good line. So she's gonna be all right, man. Y'all see that? She's blue and tan. She's only a handful of months old right now, but she's gonna be a beautiful addition to the family, man. We definitely gonna.
He was sitting here whining.
So if y'all ever in the future trying to get some Frenchies, holler at me in a little bit. Keep your eyes on me, and I might have something for you coming up. But this is Chase. So you got Chase, you got Chip. Mm-hmm. What's up, man? Okay.
All right, we got Hillard Hawthorne. I hope I said that right. She says, I keep up with y'all on YouTube. Good vibes and lessons about trucking. Salute.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ryan Stevenson, he says, man, I just watched a video on YouTube. I'm getting a Frenchie to ride with me. Best video on the internet. Hey, I would love to talk to y'all.
Want that on cue. Appreciate it, brother. Frenchies is a great dog to have on the road. Not too big. That's really why I got him. Not too big, but he's still thick and beefy enough that I feel manly with him. I ain't really worrying about him really attacking anyone, but he don't play about that truck.
No,
you know what I mean? So you come around that truck in the middle of the night or whatever, he gonna make it known that he in there, that he see you, and that's all I need him to do is let daddy know what's going on, and I take care from there. So.
Tamika Carrington.
Hello.
Says, hey guys, I just wanted to let you guys know my husband and I are out here. We made the transition to trucking in January.
Great deal.
Congratulations.
I'm telling you, man, I really feel like, and I preach this and say this over and over again, you know, trucking ain't for everybody. No. Let's just get that out the way. Trucking is not for everyone. Some people just need all the little things around them, the people around them. They need the activities, they need the parties, they need the drink, they need the smoke, they need whatever it is that they need, that they enjoy, that they're not willing to give up, and life ain't life without it. And I get it. But for those who have the determination and discipline to really give themselves a second chance, because that's what this is to me. This was a second chance, man. I'm not advocating people get out of here with babies and little ones at home. I'm not advocating you leave them with your mama and big mama and you jump out here on the road. If that's not what your family unit is about and you don't have that support, don't you bring your tail out here.
Nope.
But if you are a husband and a wife or a couple and you've been working just jobs and you're looking for an opportunity to really have the type of life you've been feeling like you want to have. All us in our 40s, you came up through the Reagan era, the crack era. We all know what it was. We all took the chances and gambled with our life, and we always put our whole life on the crap table before and rolled the dice many, many times because we felt like working a job, making, if we didn't go to school and college, we putting out that type of energy was never going to equate to the type of bread you feel like you're supposed to be making. You know, we're too old to go back to somebody's college. You ain't doing that. And most of these jobs out here, if you can get past $40,000 a year, you're doing great. But other than that, $20 an hour for the rest of your life. And if you live long enough to be in your elder years, bro, that ain't it.
It's not enough.
It's not. I mean, that's just the reality of it all. So if this gives us, as former dope boys, former hoes, whatever you want, whatever you did in your early years, that you focused on that more so than education and putting yourself in position to be well taken care of in your older years. Whatever you was doing, whoever you wanted to be back then, whatever crew you was running with, and you don't see none of them dudes no more. You know, whatever you were doing that had your mind occupied on, everything else was more important than you and yourself and your education and your future. This is your second chance to do it again and do it right this time.
Right.
This field of work, this industry is probably one of the final ones you're going to be able to get into without a lot of education, you know, without some super degrees. Not to mention, I know a lot of people that got degrees
that are truckers,
and they can't touch me in the pocketbook. That's a fact. But
it's just a great way to advance, and you see the money and what's possible.
Yeah. So not to, I'll wrap up. Go ahead, Nick. Go.
All right. Nicole Armour.
She says, Nicole.
Hi, you guys. Me and my spouse are thinking about joining the team trucking industry. Calm down. He sees somebody outside.
He see people outside.
And we loved your videos. Please keep making videos.
Bye-bye.
We miss you guys.
Get down.
He growling.
Get down. Let's go.
Get down. He growling at somebody he see outside.
Y'all. Leave those people alone, man.
He looking like, why you make me get down? It's comfortable.
Yeah,
well. She said, please keep making videos. We miss you guys. We were also looking to purchase some shirts, but that's something else. To get some merch. We appreciate you, and we definitely will continue making videos.
Thank you very much.
Jennifer Davis says, hey, you guys. Hey, you guys. Just wanted to say that I've been following y'all on YouTube for a while, and I love you. I admire you for your realness, hardworking, and being genuine. I'm Jennifer, and from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I've been in the healthcare industry for 17 years, but tired of the 7 to 5 and not being my own boss. I want to take over my own destiny and travel and learn something different. I've never really just traveled besides to Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, and Louisiana. I've always been a hard worker and focused on raising my daughters alone. She's 20 years old now in college. I feel like it's my time now to live. She says, I put all hers on here because I really like this. She said, it's time for me to live, to find myself. I've just been focused on being a parent. I'm only 39 years old. Became a mother at 19. I became a mother at 15. So I can definitely relate. By the time I was 18, I already had 2 children. Never married because I didn't trust nobody around my daughters, overprotective. Anyways, I just got my CDL permits. Yay! Congratulations. All right. She said, didn't go to nobody's school. Just studied my butt off for months and went to take my general knowledge, combination, and air brakes and passed all 3 on the same day.
Beautiful.
She said, and then her question was, where do you suggest that I go for driving experience and to finish what I started? Fresh meat, clueless, she green. She said, but I still need to get paid while training. And then she said your input would mean the world to us. And we've already answered her question.
But to anybody else, I would say Swift. I mean, that's where we started. Swift, that's where that's the only place we've been school wise. So I would have to start there. We all know Prime. The what was given to me when I first got into trucking is whoever accepts you and they willing to give you a bus ticket, plane ticket to train you and get you your license, go there. You can make other adjustments, go other directions after the fact, but get that L, man. Get your license, get the training, and then go at it, man.
And find out what's going to work for you and your circumstances.
I'm getting ready to go to Missouri for training for Pam Trucking. How is that? Pam, I'm not sure.
What'd she say?
They about to go to school in Missouri for Pam. I've heard of Pam, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with them for real. But again, if they're willing to take you, train you properly and safely, and get you out here on the road on starting your journey, I say go.
Somebody said they would recommend Prime.
Yeah, I mean.
I'm going to re-save this one because this one was a little longer, but it's good too.
Well, yeah, we appreciate the paragraphs, but go. Yeah. Hey, man, it is what it is. Prime Going, Springfield Mafia. Prime Gang, Springfield Mafia. That's a fact.
Gang.
Man, again, to go anywhere.
And Prime is beautiful. Like, yeah, the facility is good to that.
Yeah, Prime, the facility is great. The Millennium Building.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just where they got set up overall, Prime is a great place to go.
It
so
is.
by no means.
They really do train.
Now, by no means are we slighting them. But all I can say is I never went there for training. We went to Swift, and that's our origin.
But if you know a team company, put it in here. Put it in the comments.
Yeah. There's a lot of companies out here built to be team. I remember when we first was checking into schools, a woman told us about started with a C.
I can't remember.
I should have named started because now I can't remember what it was. But it was a company. It's companies out here that are.
But we was looking at what's that place? Bar None. Wasn't that a
Bar
place?
None, yes. They have their own teams
and
also.
Then we was looking at
but they don't have pets, and we had just got chill.
What was the other team company? We was thinking about going to.
I keep thinking of one in my head. It starts with a C, but it won't come.
I keep saying something in my head too.
I love the facility and amenities at Prime. Absolutely, they're nice. Prime is set up for success. They will put you on the road to success. But just like anything else, if you don't want it, Prime can't just give it to you. You're gonna have to go get it. Covenant. Thank you, Phoenix.
Covenant, yes.
Oh, you smart boy. Go make sure y'all go follow Gold Phoenix too, man. If y'all haven't already, he got a YouTube channel. He's giving a lot of good information. A young guy just started training himself. Only been driving a few years, but he's got his head on right. So you can definitely learn a lot from him. As a young guy that's new to the industry, that ain't out here talking like they know it all, that's literally showing their experience and giving you their view. You know, it's a great channel to follow. So make sure y'all go follow Gold Phoenix, man. That's my man right there. Ray David, I prefer Jim Palmer.
or England. CR England.
Jim Palmer can work Ray. Ray David said he had a question. I seen it earlier.
What question?
Go to it and get out of that, and you'll see. Oh.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Maybe kind of a. You might can tell, but it's definitely a question.
Oh, here you go. Hold up.
Okay.
Oh, it's some new people in here. Hey y'all.
Yeah, let's run down that. Who are you? What's happening?
Okay.
If y'all haven't already, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, man. This is Married to the Miles.
Fran Mariah.
We're doing our best to do what we can do. You did.
Fran Mariah said, I talk to my truck too. Antonio Fleming said, I'm following right now. Appreciate it.
I keep jumping over your comments. Somebody just texted me and said I keep jumping over their comments.
Who is it?
I don't have you saved in my joints, so I don't know who.
All right, 702 said we ride down the road listening to y'all all the time.
Flea.
Is that Antonio?
Antonio Fleming.
Hey,
peace. That must be you, Flea. What's happening, bro?
He got the blueprint.
What's up?
Oh, wait a minute. Let me go back. Okay. He said stay.
I didn't know you was in here, my brother.
He said stay tuned on the way. I did see that.
Okay.
My bad. That was
I know he on the way. That's one of my homies from back home. Probably one of the only brothers of mine that I have spoken trucking to that actually decided that they're going to give it a shot. Him and his wife are making transition right now to get into trucking.
And they both
but
have,
out of all of my homies,
great careers.
Out of all of my homies and everybody I know back in the 804 that I've been talking trucking to and trying to show it by example and all that, he's probably the only brother of mine that decided he gonna give it a shot, man. So salute to you, bro. Hey, Nate, what's happening, dog? I don't know how I blew that, bro. I ain't got my glasses on, bro. You already know.
SoCal said, man, I love hearing truckers all excited for trucking life.
Facts.
For real.
Facts.
And Ray David tried to make us put our PayPal stuff up here. Said easy payments.
I actually had on here our what is it, Cash App? But I think Cash App, they can't do Cash App in Canada because Ray Davis out of Canada for that. Anybody who don't know.
Okay, well, we'll work on it. Right.
I don't know what the Cash App is. I mean, with the PayPal.
I can do. We got PayPal.
What do we have on? What do Facebook? I mean, what do YouTube have? Super chatting and all that kind of stuff.
We got that already. That's already connected.
Okay.
But we got PayPal too.
Yeah,
Ray. Ain't got it connected.
Ray David, man, we appreciate your viewership, your constant
tutelage. He's always.
Well, not just that. I mean, Ray David really will give you a good word. He'll definitely give you, some good support. He's always been very supportive to many truckers, and he's not even a trucker.
Yeah, Ray David is our top because he's been here since day one.
Yeah, and he's out of Canada, so he's not even a quote unquote U.S. citizen. He doesn't drive trucks. But he loves the trucking industry. He loves a lot of the people that he knows from social media and YouTube, and he's very supportive all the time. So we'll never keep Ray to the side. He always gonna get props with us.
All right, Craig Nazario said, "I'm putting the work in as a company driver and stacking the bread."
Facts. Nothing wrong with that, my brother.
And Lee has said, "Let's go."
Facts. Let's go, goddamn.
Said, "Your homie from Germany." Peace.
What up? What?
That's what's up.
German. I don't even know how to tease you. Like I don't even know what the German accent is right now to even try to joke with you, dog.
SoCal said time is priceless. That's why I love trucking. Anybody can get the money and level up.
Facts.
That's a fact.
Regardless of your background, who you are, man. Look, when I say husband or wife, besties for life, or you just like what you like, there are people, human beings, that are out here living their life to the fullest. And when I say that, I mean it in all respectable ways, that they are men and women or anything in between that you want to call, whatever pronoun they want to call themselves, whatever dress and look they want to present themselves as, that in the normal, what we would consider society may have outcast them. They don't feel comfortable with being who they want to be in their job titles and things of that nature, that get into trucking and live their life. Their
best life. You hear me?
You pull up beside people at a truck stop getting fuel, and you may be uncomfortable, you may stare, you may do all of that stuff. But guess what? These individuals, these people, these human beings that are out here living their life, earning their money, and not concerned with you or nobody else in society of what they should be, shouldn't be, or none of that stuff. And to me, it's a beautiful thing to think that people can change their whole life, get out here and just enjoy life, make money, take care of themselves, and be whomever they want to be.
Right. It's a lot of comments, y'all. I'm going to try to get through them, though. 702 said college is a scam somewhat. Gold Phoenix said we did well with GDs.
We got two.
I'm saying it wrong. You know who you are. You know.
You're joined up, man.
I'm getting ready to go to Missouri for training for Pam Trucking.
Oh, that's the one I read.
Okay. And then
Pam, I read past PAM, red letters.
Fran Mariah says Swift in the house.
Facts.
Provost Motorsports Trucking. Keep up the good work and the positive vibes.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you very much.
Life of D Shunter. I train with Prime. I will recommend them.
I would too. I didn't, but I would definitely recommend.
And then that's when Go Phoenix at Prime Game. Fleece said, "We coming." And Ray Davis said, "How you feel about the mandate in Canada? Some truckers are vaccinated, taking good advantage of the loads. We're gonna have to do."
You know what? I had somebody else ask me a question in regards to like some protesting or something going on Canada. I haven't done any research on it, so I definitely can't speak on it. But I have heard that there's something going on right now. But I know no details in regards to.
We'll find out more about it. Right?
But hopefully nobody's getting hurt, and hopefully
send us some information. You send us stuff all.
Yeah, you know anything else,
right?
But hopefully nobody's getting hurt or nothing like that. So I hope whatever it is, it's something that's at least peaceful.
Right.
Because we don't need no more foolishness out here. We can help it.
Okay, Life of Deshaun said, "I love the facility at Prime and amenities."
Facts, Prime's dope.
Wanda Reed. Hey, Wanda. This is somebody new. How you doing? Hello, you all. We are new to your channel. My husband and I have been inspired by your videos. We recently graduated from CDL school and we will be teaming. We are starting with a mega carrier. Congratulations.
Yes. Nothing wrong with it. You are on the right path.
Thank you for watching.
Continue to grow. Continue to support one another.
Yes.
Try your best to get all endorsements that you can. And definitely do your due diligence to find companies that pay like they weigh for those endorsements. That's going to utilize you for who and what you are. And depending on where you want to go, whether you want to take some time like I did and was scared to death to buy a truck or lease a truck, whatever it is, just know that the more skin you have in the game, the more expenses you have increases the income you can make. Meaning a company driver is going to make only a certain amount of bread strictly because they have no skin in the game. They're driving somebody else's truck, using someone else's fuel, using someone else's trailer. They're being told where to go. You know what I mean? That whole thing. So you're just being literally paid to drive. But when you can
start, that's when you start.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that there's multiple layers and levels to it. So don't stop and be content with any of that. Continue to learn, check into different things. Like I said, the more you can put out bread and allow and create your business, create your LLC early. You don't got to wait years to do that. S corps, whatever you want to do what you need to do. Put yourself in a position to maximize your income and decrease your output of time and or energy. Because the more you own and the more you fit your own bill, the more money you get to keep. That's just the law of business, I guess, 101.
And Life D. Shelter said, wherever you go, be focused. It's about your mentality and mental stamina.
Absolutely.
And I think you was answering some of these, but thank y'all for putting in these teams like Covenant, Chattanooga. I think Old Phoenix said that. Yeah. And then Jim Palmer.
That's Ray David being funny. You remember what's the group of Jim Palmer? Jim Palmer is affiliated with Prime.
Okay.
They are a small outfit, and then they started putting Prime trailers basically on the A fleet side. So we could have got on with them, drove their truck, leased their truck from them, and pulled trailer freight. There were plenty of moves we were going to make. Like she said earlier, we were going to go with, what's the company you named? And I said they don't take dogs.
Bar None.
Bar None. They have a pretty good paying system. I don't see them a lot anymore, so I can't say if they're still out. I would assume that they are. But Bar None has a pretty good pay package for company drivers, healthcare, things of that nature. You know, they really offered a lot, to be honest with you. But we had just got chipped, and they don't offer or don't have any dog policies. They don't allow
I can't have my babies.
Pets.
We can't do
and
it.
At that time, we had literally probably just got chipped within a handful of months.
Yeah.
We were looking to do something after leaving Swift. And then that's when the Prime RST option became available. But we were going to definitely look deep into to them at one point in time. We just never pulled the trigger. So, you know, a lot of things and moves we made were all contrary to what we were setting up to make.
Right.
You know, there were moves that we were planning on making, things that we were considering, and then some would just come our way. Some better, some greater. But bottom line, we always bet on ourselves.
working on your credit, working on your business credit,
Yeah.
saving money, and learning about the trucking industry is going to set you up for whatever comes.
And just be aware. That's what I was saying earlier. You know, there's a lot of people, man, a lot of truckers that we know that's been out here 5, 6 years and better that aren't sharp. And when I say you're not sharp, you're just not business minded. You know, you fall victim to all types of reckless and spontaneous things. You're just overall unfocused. So you try to run a business because you can get the business. You try to do, but you are not good at it, and then that causes you, like I said, then you want to accept the responsibility of what it is you don't have that you should have. And one of the main things about being a good business person, man or woman, is you're putting yourself in position that when blessings and things come your way, you're in position to take advantage of them. That's like the worst part, to have the deal of a lifetime knock at your door and you don't have the basic what you need to take advantage of it, all because you blew off and screwed up every other opportunity that came your way, that now the opportunity of a lifetime is right in front of you and you can't take advantage of it because you're not properly prepared. You know, there's nothing worse than that, man, than being a straight up ignorant and emotional man or woman. Stick to the script, stick to your guns. I know, right? And just do what you know you need to do, man, because your time is coming. But if you are here living and doing everything reckless, if you can't stay disciplined and dedicated to whatever you say you want to do, trucking can't help you. Right. No, nothing and nobody can help you. You just a walking time bomb.
Right. 702 Trucker said, when we grow up, we want to be like y'all.
Come on.
Wanda said, for husband and wife team, and we thought Snyder is a great fit.
Okay? Facts.
Because they trained a total of 18 days. We can't be separated for 1 to 2 months.
Okay. If you're looking at Snyder, if you're familiar with a YouTube channel named This Be Trucking, DIS. I don't know if it's just one B or the word B.
It's DIS.
I'm saying, but the B part.
Just the B.
This Be Trucking. They're a husband and wife team that's been connected and put in with Snyder for quite some time. I don't know a lot of Snyder details, intricacies, and things of that nature, but if you definitely want to go check them out, maybe put a question on a random video.
Right.
And I'm sure he'll take the time to at least help steer you in the proper direction when it comes to Snyder, because he's doing his thing over there and has been doing it for a while.
Way to contact you offline. Wanda wanted to know if there's any way to contact us offline. Actually,
yes, but I will say initially, holler at us on Married to the Miles on Instagram.
Through DM. That's pretty good.
Through DM. I'm gonna check you out.
Right.
And then I'll make that determination. But in order to get that ball rolling, in all honesty, in these days and times, I say start there, and we'll build some form of rapport. And we definitely have no problem with continuing to communicate and dropping those jewels. But just to keep it a buck with you. Right. You feel what I'm saying?
Goldfeeder said the more you put it on the line, the bigger the reward.
Facts.
Wanda also said
higher the risk, higher the reward. That's life.
Wanda's question was, what's a great place to purchase a truck? We are out of North Carolina. We are having a difficult time finding a truck. And Sherman Jack said, how do y'all think about driving for a fleet owner at a mega company from Montgomery, Alabama? And Fran Mariah said, yep, learn while you are a company driver. Get the LLC. Did that. And business credit too. Yep. I did in 1 year at Swift. Now I'm an owner operator and I love it. So we caught up on the questions.
Okay. The question that you just read that stuck out to me with the most was, what do we think about putting for a fleet owner that's connected to a mega carrier?
Right.
We know people that do that. There is profit in it for you. After you break down everybody who has their hand in the pot, there is profit there for you. It's not a bad place to start. It's not a bad place to go and maintain. I don't know what level you are in the trucking industry, period, but I wouldn't recommend you stay there. Meaning, you're dealing with a middleman. So instead of you dealing directly with whomever this mega carrier is, do what you gotta do, put your bread away, because the only thing that separates you from this fleet owner is a truck. That piece of equipment is what binds him to the mega carrier. And that piece of equipment also is what separates you from connecting directly with that mega carrier. So do it. If that's what's lined up, whether it's the people, somebody you know, or whatever, I don't know how you know the individual, but there's nothing wrong with it. But let your objective be work it, put your bread away, get your credit in place, and put yourself in position to get your own truck. Because that's the only difference between you and that individual is they have multiple trucks and all you need is one. So hope that answers that as honestly as I can. What was another question? You read like 3.
The other question was, how do y'all think of? Oh wait a minute. What is a great place to purchase a truck? We are out of North Carolina. We're having a difficult time finding a truck.
Again, we have started looking
Right.
through Arrow truck sales.
Mm-hmm.
We end up
We've
going
heard
with
of places.
MHC Kenworth.
Mm-hmm.
But in 2022, there's plenty of places to buy a truck. I mean, you just can get online and see whole inventories, trucks all over the country.
It has a lot to do with how much money you got, what your credit look like,
in the trucking purchasing,
and where you're at too.
But in truck purchasing right now, the truck prices they've gone crazy in the past year.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of horror stories about being difficult to find parts these days. So that's a
not
little,
just trucking, that's everywhere.
Yeah,
we couldn't get some syrup from Cracker Barrel because they said that they got back order.
Yeah, ain't that some stuff.
We can't even get the little bottles of Cracker Barrel syrup. We had to get some syrup in the little thing. I'm like, come on, we in the restaurant.
Yeah, that's a fact. So with that being said, man, there's plenty of places that trucks are available. But the prices, like I said, nowadays are completely crazy. But on top of that, you're going to get what you pay for. So hopefully you can find a situation where it's something that you can at least handle reasonably. But to say a specific place, I don't know. Like I said, I went to MHC Kenworth. That is a basic, real reputable Kenworth affiliated dealer. So I definitely lucked up on that and was blessed with that. But there's used places all over.
Mm-hmm.
Just continue to search the net, like I'm sure you have, and get your money where you need it to be, because that's going to be the main thing that you need to have straight.
Right.
That if and when you do find that diamond in the rough, when you do find that one truck that stands out that you're able to jump on and take advantage of, because it won't be there long.
Right.
But if you understand, did it say something about
VA 804? Do you know that? VA 804?
I'm not sure, but I love the name already. What's happening with you?
Somebody said Yo Gal. Is that something that you?
Yo Gal?
I was trying to figure out if it's somebody you knew personally.
They just made it doing something funny. You gotta say something else, bro. But like I said, the 804 VA, I take it all day. You already know what it is. What's up, Shawty? That's a fact.
I just figured it might. When they say 804, we be looking like,
hey man, come on, it ain't but one. It ain't too many of us.
Right.
RVA all day. Y'all know what it is.
That's it.
We hope we represent the best we can for
prices are very.
Wanda
said prices are very high. Thanks for information. We do appreciate it. And then Craig says share like and
crazy happened because I got up a long time ago.
Oh yeah, well it's not up to speed, but I can still see the comments one time.
Okay.
Yeah. Way behind me. It says share, like, and follow. They drop jewels all the time. Thank you. Somebody drop some jewels how to get this cough out of here.
Yeah, cause I'm just saying.
My mouth dry.
I see. Might have to walk to the store. Yes. You only got like one water left. Yes. But yeah, man, we definitely appreciate everybody who's coming here tonight.
Yes, thank y'all
hopefully
so very
this
much.
was satisfactory to you. Hopefully you got some out of it. Hopefully it was entertaining, maybe uplifting and inspiring. That's what we aim to do, all 22.
Yep.
I need to memorize that. That shit was kind of
That's
fun.
what we aim to do all 22.
Yeah,
hey,
man.
look at me coming up with all
I'm
types of stuff. I'm telling you, you don't know. Look here.
Yeah, man, we got a little. We picking up at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. We got to go into Texas. Like I said, we're in Louisiana right now, so we got about 400 and some change to drive. We actually got this hotel room for a second night just so we could do this, continue to chill for the rest of the evening without getting into the truck.
Yeah, we about to be
but we'll
on,
probably pull out about
TV and a little bit of sleep.
We'll probably pull out about 10 o'clock tonight, give or take, just so we ain't gotta push ourselves like that. But we'll get there and make sure we get there on time, because that's very important too. Don't ever think you're too great in this game that you can just show up whenever you want to. This is big business, and you're a small drop in the pond, dog. But yeah, so we definitely appreciate everybody who slid through the night, man.
Yes.
We definitely want to keep this going. Tyrone B, 99.99. Come on, bro. Thank you, dog.
Thank you.
We definitely appreciate
you.
I'm about to say, maybe we might need to put our Cash App joint back on top of the screen. Maybe next time y'all come, I might go ahead and throw it back up there.
What do you say? You guys are dope.
Appreciate that, man.
We appreciate you, Tyrone.
Appreciate you, SoCal, for falling through, man. Go Phoenix.
Tyrone
Flee.
B.
Cario. I don't know why I just started naming names. This B, Beauty and the Beast. We're going to have him on too.
Lock and Power.
Yes, we definitely going to have Beauty and the Beast. A couple other couples come on soon, as I know everybody can have off, and we can do this just to give a lot of people who are in the teaming space a view of multiple and the different ways that people team truck and run their truck and things of that nature. Because, you know, when you're dealing with two people in the trucking space, even though you want to make it a balanced thing, someone's going to have to be ahead. Someone's going to have to lead. You know, so the greater one that has the most knowledge and whatever that is should lead. Most of the time it's the husbands or the male, but, you know, that can definitely vary. So when I say, you know, how different people run their truck, that's more so what I mean, that, you know, there's multiple ways that trucking is done from a teaming aspect, you know, and every man and every woman judges and is their own judge of how and which they do that. But we just want to make sure that maybe you can see yourself in us or them or another couple,
right, and
kind of have an idea or a blueprint of how you can do your thing, and then, you know, work that your own way. So we just want to, like I said before, we just want to be a place where husbands and wives and just couples and team truckers in general, Married to the Miles wants to be a place that you guys can come to, gain information from, conversate, and just learn and get all the jewels you can from a team aspect and from a team. You know, me and my wife have been together 14 years now, married 12, going on 13. So, you know, we're bonded in our life, you know, and that's really what Married to the Miles is all about. A lot of people think it's all about trucking, and that's the origin of it for sure. But we all know that marriage is a bond, you know, and everybody has their own miles to travel. You know, whatever your end goal is, whatever you're trying to reach, you know, whatever you envision for yourself, you got to travel your own miles, and your miles are just going to be your hurdles, you know, your ups, your downs, whatever your journey is, that's what your miles are. But you'll never reach your full destination and where you want to go if you're not going to bond yourself or marry yourself to the process.
Right.
So, you know, being married to the miles, in our case, is literal mileage because we drive miles. But that don't mean for every individual that's out there on whatever their journey is, that it's truck related per se, you know. So just be married to your miles in your own way to achieve what you want to achieve. So keep it rolling, keep it pushing, keep it moving, and you'll get there. But stay bonded and stay married to your miles, man, whatever that is.
Jay the day driver.
What's that?
Said bless, and get that money.
Big
so
facts,
Cal
brother.
said get that money.
Hey.
Wanda said we was in her hometown, Baton Rouge.
Hey, Baton Rouge.
And Steve Shifter 1981 said, been watching y'all for a minute. I'm solo owner operator, and I appreciate everything y'all do for the trucking space.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And then Wanda said, we will keep you posted. We started Snyder February 21st. They start February 21st.
Okay.
Take care of some loose ends before we depart.
By
I be
all
praying
means,
everything
by
work
all
out for
means,
y'all.
we eliminated all main bills and major bills, but that was how we did ours. A lot of people don't do that, but that's one of the things that we did. I just want to say that even though right now I can speak fluent and I can speak and have a strong opinion and I can give my story and all of that, there was a time when I came into the trucking game with people like SoCal, your Green Lanterns, these people that most of y'all probably wouldn't even know, Sinisters. You know, there were so many people in the trucking space 5-6 years ago that was really striving to help one another move forward. And during that time, I had nothing to say because I was amongst people who was moving and shaking and making things happen. And I was a newbie in the game. So I sat back, I watched, and I played my part. And now my opportunity is to step up and do what I can do for the trucking space, for new people coming in, you know, as a man that stands alone. You know, I'm not a part of no big groups affiliated with this one and that one. I'm just out here trying to give my experience and let people see that, you know, you can make change, you can grow, you can develop, and you also can do it as a team. My wife rides with me. You know what I'm saying? This is not her dream. This is not her goal to be out here trucking. I decided this is what I wanted to do because I didn't want to be stuck on somebody's forklift loading trucks and trailers for the rest of my life. I didn't want to be old head on the dock limping around in my back giving out shrink wrapping pallets and all that. I don't want to be that guy. And I seen trucking at 40 years old as my out. So I took it. I put a lot of pressure on our relationship, on our marriage in general by doing it. But
it's been beneficial.
She rolled with me. And now
Super
we're definitely seeing and reaping the benefits of that decision then.
Yes.
And you know, you can do it. I'm not doing nothing special. I'm nobody special in that sense. You know what I mean? I just took a chance. I gambled on myself. I bet on myself. And when I tell you I'm licking, I'm licking.
SoCal did the hundreds and Speed Shifter 1981 said he remember that video we made when we was stuck in the middle of nowhere, like nowhere. And it was all snow and ice, and y'all had to back up and work together and problem solve. That was so cool.
Now that I think about how dumb was I?
And then he said,
no one understands this, y'all. We ended up on a.
And I learned a lot about how to communicate as a man to a woman, not fix your wife from you, bro.
Wow. Okay. Salute to you,
dog. Yes, that's crazy.
And her. Whomever
Look,
she
we
may
turn
be.
off everything foolish when it comes to this business that we run in trucking. Like, we just don't have time.
Man, how dumb was I that day?
Yeah, we don't have time.
We literally ended up behind our shipper, our meat plant in the middle of Kansas.
That was so dangerous.
They're back there. They got earth moving equipment. I don't know why I'm thinking in my head that I can get in there and get out.
It was so scary.
We ended up not knowing where the road was going because it was snow on the ground. It got to the point where we just had to stop. It was dark. I didn't even know what to do.
And it stank because wasn't that the same?
We were at a meat plant that had a.
It was a thing pushing out all of the waste.
Man,
it was so foul. Then it was wild dogs out there.
If you talking about that video, bro,
oh my
I don't know
goodness.
what the heck I was thinking, but we had to stop that night, wait till daylight came in the next morning to even come up with a game plan because we couldn't even see.
Yeah, we couldn't even see. It was
dog. Like I don't know what the heck
and
I was
then when we was leaving out, we just thought about all the things that could have went wrong. Like it was an area where it was like just a drop, like water. We was riding along that. That could have been such a disaster.
You seen that video?
Yeah.
That was real, boy.
He said it was crazy. I couldn't even imagine. It was crazy. Look, we done had times that we'd have been in the truck and we done had to take the seatbelt and wrap it all around the door and just like be in the truck like, Lord.
No, but I'm just tripping off the fact that day.
That day, yeah, it was rough.
I don't know what I was thinking that day, man.
You was tired, and I had to wake you up because
she was
I
saying,
was driving,
I don't know if
and
I'm
I was
supposed
like,
to be
babe,
back
I
here.
was like, the GPS is telling me to go
I'm like,
here.
well, keep going.
You was like, go ahead, follow that, yeah.
Man, that joint got. Oh man, that was an awful day, but that video was super duper real, bro.
Yeah, it was.
Our trucking experiences, we've had some super highs.
Maybe we'll do a video on that, talking about some of the things. Remember, I got stuck on the hill.
Or maybe I'll put the video right here. Maybe I'll put the video right here. I mean, I probably won't, but maybe if I can remember and figure out how to do it, I'll put it inserted right there on the card things so y'all can see it. But I don't even know what we called it.
Said the more, first he said laugh my ass off, but then he said the more knowledge equals less risk.
Yes.
And then speed shifted, he said, yeah, it was crazy. He said he couldn't even imagine. It was crazy.
Yeah, so that goes back to, you may look at me now and thank me for this and thank me for that, and really say, hey, how I affected your journey. And I'm super, super thankful and super, super grateful that I was even able to do that. But just know, I know and remember a time when I'm riding around on a forklift at FedEx and I didn't even supposed to have headphones on, and I'm listening to truckers talk about trucking and cat engines and
I used to be up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I hear all these voices in my living room and I'm like, who's here?
Nobody. I'm on
That's him.
I'm on a Zello walkie-talkie app.
I'm like, if you don't come
listening to truckers talk trucking information, man. And I didn't even have a CDL yet. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all.
It's like, when you coming to bed? Like,
I could chime in and say, hello. My name is Mo804, and dog, no swag with it, no nothing. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm just listening, but I'm being in tune. You know what I'm saying? I'm training my mind to the verbiage, to the talk, to the tones, to just how this whole thing's flowing. And slowly but surely over time, I got to know some of these gentlemen. I could speak, at least make myself known when I enter the room. People would speak to me, and these same people, like a SoCal, that I've never met in the physical. We've had phone conversations, but I've never met them in the physical. But I've known SoCal 6 years now.
That's good.
I've heard him build. I know the type of knowledge that he got. So, I mean, what I'm saying is you build relationships with people over time, man. And even though it's not like it used to be, I still feel like I got a responsibility. And even though I bull jobbed with it for a few years now, I think I finally come into my own to where Married to the Miles can be a place that people can come and gain and walk away with more than what they came with. And that's the best part for me.
Speed Shifter said he started on a freight dock the same way you did. That's real.
Facts.
He said he been there before with a set of double back when he was in line haul FedEx. He got off the wrong exit, low bridge, and he had to break. He had to break the set apart. It was a mess just to turn around.
It can get crazy out here, man. So, you know, we've had times.
We had a situation just recently. I had to help him back out of. We pulled into a
teamwork,
into
bro.
a receiver, and the gate was locked, and we had to leave.
And it was on turnaround, so I literally had to back out.
But he had to back like up, like
and out,
and out. Yeah.
Right. So she stood at the street,
and I blocked the
cars and that sort of thing, and we got out. I mean, teamwork, man. That's just what it is. So that's why I say the beauty in it all is that we are in a place now where we can really give our testimony, our stories, and hopefully we can help somebody else, man. And that's the bottom line with it. So again, man, we're about to slide up out of here. I definitely appreciate everybody who came through tonight, man. Hopefully y'all will visit again. We appreciate all the viewership. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe this out, or like, share, subscribe, and share this out to whomever.
Follow us on
Instagram,
Facebook, Instagram
at Mo8OFOE and
the_real_Connie_.
But you definitely find both of us at Married to the Miles.
But if you put in the real Connie, it'll pop up.
And if you put in Married to the Miles, it'll pop up too.
Yeah.
MARRIEDTOOD Miles, all one word. Might be underscore first, but either way, you'll find us. So you definitely can reach us there, man.
Big grats.
Hey, man, you already know SoCal,
Thank you so much.
You already know what it is, dog. But yeah, until next time, man, we definitely appreciate all the viewership.
Yes.
And we look forward to doing this again. So whether husband or wife,
besties for life,
or you just like what you like,
As long as you do it as a team,
you will be all right.
You'll be all right.
This is Married to the Miles, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. And we'll appreciate all the viewership, and we'll see y'all on the next one, man.
Peace.
Peace.